Have a seat. I'm a preacher, so you might want to have a seat because I'm
Go ahead.
So I just want to give it up for these men and women because public speaking is a funny thing. And like Mark Twain said, it's so funny that at a funeral, more people in the audience would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. So just give it up for the job that they did because they did phenomenal. And not to mention all the hard work that you guys had to put through. The 72 hours over 3 weeks, 4 days a week, and then if you count time with your life coach and Ned, all the extra hours that you put in over the course of this time, you guys did a lot, right? You put in a lot of work. And in the midst of all of that, you guys had snow days and ice days and travel days and all kinds of days where you had to be shuffled all around, and then sickness permeated the country, and so the flu season hit and the colds hit and all of that, and yet you still remain standing. Good job. Good job. Incredible. Really proud to be able to do this work. It wasn't long ago that I was at the same precipice of my life's decisions as I was returning from incarceration and didn't know where to go. Didn't know where to turn, or the tools that I needed to use in order to get my life back in order. And I made that one phone call to Connections to Success that would change my life. I didn't have the Tracys or the Johns or the Jackies or the Stevens, but I had my people. Their Connections to Success, who I could call on and say, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I need help. I need help. And we all come from different walks of life. Remember yesterday at our gratitude circle, I talked a little bit about perspective. And to help you all understand what I'm talking about is any time in life where we're faced with difficulty or challenge, there's two types of people in the world. They'll be looking out the window, and the one person will say, man, that's muddy dirt. And what will the other person say? It's a beautiful star. Because life is all about perspective. See, we can either look at the dirt, or we can look at the stars. We can bemoan our situation, or we could rise up through the difficulty and the obstacles. What are challenges that are right before us? And we could be one of two people. And because you're sitting here, as Mark would say, booted and suited, because you're looking phenomenal, because you're dressed for success, I would predict who each one of you were in the challenging situations. You were the ones that looked for the stars. You were the ones that faced upwards, not downwards. You were the ones that looked at the positive and the hope of every situation instead of looking at that muddy dirt. It's all about our perspective. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about that perspective and the difference. You know, with our climate today, we have the news, and whatever your thoughts or political leanings may be, we do have two things that happens in the news. Two things. One is the news, the other is the report. There's the news and there's the report. See, the news are the facts of the situation. I can go in and state point-blank facts, but what is the report? The report is the perspective of those facts. And oftentimes, in this world in which we live in, we get more reports than we do news. But one thing's for certain, when the news rolled in of whatever circumstances that each of you came from in all your different walks of life, you said the report was not going to be negative. You said that report and the perspective of this news, I'm going to rise up, meet the challenge, face whatever obstacle I have or difficulty that stands in my way, and I'm going to accomplish my goals and set forth a pattern of success from here on out for the rest of my life. And you've done that because you had the news roll in and you decided that your perspective was going to be one in which you reached for the stars instead of wallowing in the mud. And I'd like to wrap it up because with what's getting ready to happen on Sunday, and I can't do the football analogy that my good brother Stephen Barbie said, but I'd like to wrap it up by talking a little bit about our hometown team, the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, it was a mere couple of weeks ago that I was turning off the TV and kicking around my kids' toys and going, I ain't watching this game no more, when the Kansas City Chiefs were down 24-0 to Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. Of all the heartaches and all the problems and all the things we've ever been faced with as Kansas City Chiefs fans, we knew that the playoff woes were just another year and another trend and the same old thing that happened. And I don't think there's a person in this room who doubted for 1 second that the Chiefs are going to lose that game. Because of all the heartache and pain, no matter whether we had Patrick Mahomes or not, we were down and out. Same old Chiefs, same old year, right?
Yeah.
And there was a guy on the sideline. He's taking the world by craze right now. There's a guy on the sidelines who ran up and down screaming, one play at a time. One play at a time. Because I think no matter all of us in our experience, the 50 years since we went to a Super Bowl, that we ever thought the Chiefs were going to come back from this one. Another loss, another playoff woe. But those players believed because that one man was running up and down the sideline saying, one play at a time. Now you're going to be faced with challenges and obstacles in your life. Whether you're returning from incarceration, whether you're unemployed and looking for employment, whether you're at a precipice in life where you're just changing your circumstances and you don't know what you want on the other side, you just know you want a career of some sort. Whatever the circumstances may be for you, take it one play at a time. One action item at a time. One situation and scenario at a time, because those things will build up from a 24-0 deficit to a 51-30-something win, right? Each and every situation you have in life, take it one play at a time. And maintain the perspective that you are awesome, you are capable, and you're good enough, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. Thank you.